Now, All Things Real Estate continues on Full Service Radio, 830 WCRN. Once again, here's your hosts, Gary Kelley and Brad Avergon.
Welcome to All Things Real Estate here on WCRN, 830 AM. I am Gary Kelley. I am with RE/MAX. And for those of you that are listening, I'm wearing a nice RE/MAX ugly sweater today. I'm joined by, as always,
Brad Avergon with Envision Bank and Mortgage, Senior Loan Officer. And yes, Gary, that is.
How do you get to be a senior loan officer? Is that like, you're over 55 or something? I don't know.
I think it's an honorary title they gave me. I'm the oldest guy in the place, probably. So we'll make you a senior loan officer. Yeah. Give you a walker when you walk in the door.
My first job out of college, I went to work for, at the time, it was Ernst & Winnie. They're now Ernst & Young. And I was an advanced staff consultant. And I think the advanced really had to do with making the pay work. It had nothing to do with anything else. But I remember that distinctly. So title says
technically my title, Gary, is actually AVP. But I feel that has too much authority for me. Like I could be held responsible for things. So I'm like, I think it's going to just be the senior loan officer.
Responsibility? Oh no.
I have enough responsibility making sure all my deals get done for my clients. I don't want to have anything to do with the operations of the company.
So the last time we chatted, we talked about what we were going to be doing for Thanksgiving.
We did.
And this show is being recorded in the middle of a blizzard on the 17th, 8 days before Christmas.
Yes.
The height of Hanukkah. So Brad, how was your Thanksgiving?
It was great. It was different, but when I say great, it was as great as it could have been. So probably the largest crisis was getting the turkey. So what happened was my wife wanted, so because normally we have a bunch of people and she tries to get the biggest bird we can, 20, 23 pounds, whatever the case may be, get the big one because we got a lot of people coming. Well, this year it was, my son came, his wife flew to Florida to see her parents with her brother. And my other son came with his wife. So, and then my brother-in-law didn't come with his family. So we were down by about, and my mother-in-law, my stepmother.
So you had 5.
Yeah. So
within the guidelines, within the Commonwealth guidelines.
So basically there was a total of 6 of us. You're right. We had 6 people. That was it. And, my 5 nuclear family and then 1 wife. So the thing with the bird was, so my wife ordered, so we've been doing remote shopping. So we ordered, from Wegmans online. She ordered between a 12 and 14 pound bird. So what they do is when they're remote shopping, they text you if they can't get you the 12. He says, well, I can't get you the 12 to 14, but I can get you a 17. She said, fine, we'll take the 17, And so we drive up, you open the tailgate, they load all the packages in, we go home. It's a 23 pound bird.
Oh my goodness.
My wife was not a happy camper. And I said, look, we've cooked birds this size before. We'll get up a little early. It'll be okay. And we brine the thing. There's a whole procedure. So, but it's a big bird. So anyway, so we got that. And then as far as, having everybody over, we did kind of socially distance. I decided I was an engineer all in the middle of this. What I did was I opened the windows from the dining room, and I opened the windows in the kitchen, and then I put we have a commercial range, and I put the exhaust fan. So we've got this massive exhaust fan, and I put it on, and I ran it the whole time everybody was here, thinking I created this vacuum type engineering miracle for COVID. My COVID
sucking the COVID away.
I sucked the COVID right out of the house. So that was my big claim to fame. I don't know if it worked, but it made me feel better. So yeah, and nobody got sick, so that's good. But it was good. It was different, not having everybody, but it was still good. It was great to be with family, and that was really what we wanted to get that connection. So it was good. How about yours, Gary?
So we normally have a big family gathering, and it's multiple families that come together. And I used to do it the last couple of years. My daughter wanted to do it, so we've been going down to her house, and that's been fun. It's especially fun when you don't have to cook anything. You just kind of show up and, hey, it's great to see you. Here's a pie, that kind of thing. This year, my daughter had a baby, so we're happy to announce Everly Bell, and so Everly Bell is born. We go down. My son lives in Northborough with his family. Went down to my daughter's house in Uxbridge, and we masked up, and we all spent time down there masked up, which actually worked out very, very well. We were there till noon. We watched the Macy's parade, which kind of is what we would normally do. And I would argue that they did a decent job with the Macy's parade. For some reason, it's like the advertising for it went nuts. Like every float has a sponsor. That was a little bit annoying, but it was a bit. I give them credit, separate from the embedded advertising. Which if I was in New York, I would have had the Gary Kelley float go by. I thought it was a bit of normalcy, and then we wrapped that up a little bit after noon, and then I went over to Sue's house with Sue's family, and we had Thanksgiving there. Sue had prepared Thanksgiving, and so that was nice. Is it the same as what we would always do? No. Did Sue go see her sister and brother-in-law and all that? No. So that was a bit of a disappointment, bit of a problem. But at the same time, it is what it is. And so I think we made the best of it. As is in your case, no one got sick. And so that's what's important. And we did get to spend some time together, which, I think that by going down and wearing masks at my daughter's house, we were kind of playing it smart. And then, we still got to have turkey and leftovers and all the things that go along with that. So that was good.
I think that's the thing I miss the most is the connection to family, and so even if it's not exactly what we've done in years past, the ability for you to sit around with your family, even if everybody's wearing masks, but to see the kids running around and smiling and laughing and having turkey together, it's familiar. It feels good. You feel the love in the room, and that's what we did too. I was able to watch football with my sons, which I haven't been able to do. We used to do that regularly, and it was nice. It was at a crazy time. It was nice to be able to do something that was normal, even if it wasn't exactly as it was. It's funny, Gary, I saw something go by, as you mentioned, we're having a blizzard today, and I saw this principal posted a letter, and she said, the school where this was from, and I can't remember the town, they're on virtual learning. And so they easily could have had school today. She said, I'm giving everybody a virtual snow day. Everybody, so, go out, make a snowman, have hot chocolate with your kids, do all the things that you love to do as a kid, and I thought, what a wonderful idea. What a wonderful way to have a little mini vacation in this sense, and a sense of normalcy. As a kid, you remember waiting for snow days. You'd wait for that phone call or that radio announcement and saying there's no school today. And you go, well, everybody's in virtual learning now. So it's hard to get those. Not everybody, but a lot of people are in virtual learning. And so I just thought, what a wonderful idea for the principal to give everybody, including the parents, permission to have a vacation.
Well, I think that in this time where everyone's, we can work remotely, we can Zoom and everything else. There is Zoom fatigue. People tired of looking at screens and that kind of stuff, and the lack of a human connection. I go by your office pretty regularly, and if I had a couple of extra minutes, I might drop in and just give you a hard time. In my words, just I'm here to give Brad a hard time. I can't drop in now.
Right.
It's just crazy. And I go into my Remax office about once a week to check for mail, but there's no one there. Okay. They do pick up checks and they do everything electronically, but it's a different way of doing things now. And you're right, the human connection is completely lost. Well, before we stop on the human connection, we got to take a break. We have to pay some bills. And so with that, Brad, if someone wanted to reach you, how would they reach you?
Best way to reach me, Gary, is via my cell phone, which is 978-375-5531, or they can email me at bavergon, that's BAVERGON, at envisionbank.com. Gary, how do they reach you?
It's 508-733-6005 or Gary at movewithgary.com. So let's talk about where we go from here, Brad, in the second half.
Sounds great.
You've been listening to All Things Real Estate on Full Service Radio, 830 WCRN.